Good morning everyone. Before we get started here, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos if you do, share them around. We're all about innovating and getting some conservation messages out there. We want to educate as many people as possible, especially with videos about fish handling and things like that. Please guys, we're all good and well saying, you know, they shouldn't be doing that. Why did they flip the rail on its back? Why did they do this? Why did they gaff that shark? But we're not going to get anywhere unless we start educating people and getting that conservation message out, looking after the fish for the future. So guys, please, these videos, share them around, get them to the people that need to watch them. And yeah, we need to grow the channel, we need to get people more involved. And yeah, if you've seen someone that's handling a shark badly or whatnot, don't shout at them, rather try educate them. Yes, some people are closed, there's always a group of idiots in every population. But get these videos out, share them around, put them onto your pages, and yeah, let's hope just to look after the fish for the future. Also, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, all notifications, and make sure they're linked on your phone and you allow them on there, otherwise you're not going to hear anything from us. Then you can get the videos as soon as possible. Back to the show. So, today we're going to be talking about my second favorite species to catch. Now, second favorite inedible species to catch, put it that way. Sandy being number one, the giant sand shark. He will always be number one in my heart. It was my first big fish that I ever caught, and that will stay there. It's not being touched by anyone. This is the brown skate. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, brown skates, they don't get that big. But for their size, if you target them on the appropriate tackle, they are phenomenal fun. So, scientific name, Dasyatis Jenkinsii. Now, Dasyatis comes from rough derivation, meaning rough derivation, pun intended, is rough or shaggy, which doesn't really suit it, but anyway. And then Jenkinsii is named after the ichthyologist Jenkins. Now, if it's ever got two eyes on it, it's named after a man, and one eye it's named after a woman. I can't remember, something like that. But you've got a skate, they're also called the sharp-nosed stingray, but brown skate is a lot more universal. They've got a very pointed snout. They're almost round at the back and almost come to a sharp point, but it's more of like a little nose protrusion on the front. Something like a biscuit ray, but not to that extent. Look up biscuit ray. Overall brown color, white underneath. It's got the spiracles, so the openings at the top with the eyes just in front of that. Guys, do not put your fingers in there. Don't care what anybody says about pulling it by a bone or pulling it by this or putting a rope through there. Just stay away from there. The mouth is easily to handle. We'll talk about handling in a little bit. Let's just get some of the other stuff out of the way. Okay, sharp nose. They've got a very, very long tail for their size, and the last little section of the tail has got black and white bars on it. That fades with age. On the juveniles, it's extremely bright, and that's often the only way you'll actually see them in the sand, is you get that black and white barring on the tail sticking out. So if you've ever been snorkeling in a reef or swimming in an estuary or whatnot, and you look on the bottom and you just see this little tail sticking with the black and white bars, that's the indication. If you follow it, you'll eventually see the outline, because they blend in beautifully on the bottom. Outline of that ray. He's actually covered his edges, so you don't see the actual outline, but you can sort of make out where he's lying. And if you just grab him just on the little tip of the tail, okay, he shoots off another way. Don't handle them. But yeah, so that barring is kind of a warning to say, don't touch me, I'm poisonous. And that comes from that little barb, or the two little spines that sit on the tail, about that far back from the actual skate itself. It's not the tip of the tail, it's those barbs that you have to watch out for. Now, when it comes to handling, always handle in the mouth. So put your hand underneath the skate, put your fingers in the mouth. Their mouths are quite small, so you're probably only going to be able to use about 3 fingers or so, unless it's a very big specimen. Put it in the mouth. He's not going to hurt you, he's not going to bite down, you're not a wussy. You've just landed a skate, you're a man. You're going to put your hand in the mouth. When you're coming to lift it to take the hooks out and things like that, don't flip it on its back, don't lift it up. You see people standing with pictures of them holding the thing hanging down like that, or with the tail sitting and the skate actually starts bending like that. That's extremely bad for their spines. And yeah, just keep them as flat as you can. Lift it up, get underneath, get the hook out as quickly as possible. Because you're fishing barbless, because you're a clever person, the hook's going to come out very easily, and it's a circle, so it's sitting in the side, because you know how to fish. You're going to be handling like that, pull it in. And when you take it back, also don't lift it high and carry it and throw it back into the sea. Keep your body low, drag it low on the body, on the sand, Also, don't drag it up onto the dry sand. You want to keep it on wet sand. It just moves a lot easier and it's better for the fish. Also, when you've landed them, you've got two sort of options. You can either, to eliminate that threat of being spiked by the tail, you can either get a cloth and just wrap it around where the spikes are, because then you can't get them, can't spike you. Browns aren't a very aggressive species when it comes to spiking, not like a blue skate. Or you can gently put your foot on top of that section. Now, if the skate is moving up and down because of water, you don't want to do that, because it will come out and it will spike you into your foot, which you really don't want. So I recommend just getting a cloth or your buff or something like that, wrapping it around that section of the tail, and then when you release it, just take it off. Because then there's no risk of the skate. You can't do anything to you then. It's not going to bite you, it's not going to grab you or anything. They're very calm animals, so yeah. Got all of that out the way. Now, targeting them wise, you're going to be looking for sandbanks, and if you get an area where there are two sandbanks and a trough sort of in the middle heading out to deep water, the skates will love to feed on the edges of those, and on the inside edge and on the edge going out towards the sea. So that sort of brings them all in. They'll feed on sandbanks, but they like to feed on the edges because that's where everything's going to get pushed up and then dumped on top. Your food-wise, they're gonna often get caught by guys not actually targeting them. It will be guys throwing baits for stumpies and pompano and stuff like that, little crustacean type baits, and they love picking that up and screaming off at a rate of knots. People think they've got the world's biggest stumpy ever hooked, and it turns out to be a 15-kilo brown. Coming to that average size, you're looking at between about 5 and 10 kilos up to about 15, with anything over 20 being a phenomenal fish. So we do get them. We've had smashes in the basin and stuff like that. Ray and myself fished there, and we've gotten each catch 6 or more browns over 20 kilos. It's a phenomenal fishing. That's why they're my favorite. Our new edible stick with a sort of 5,000 size reel, 30-pound braid or even 20-pound braid for the extra distance, and you are golden. I mean, that will, with a little saltist on there, magic combo. They are tolerant of lower salinities and of muddy sort of turbid water. So you are going to find them in estuaries. Often fishing for grunter and stuff in Durban Harbour, you do catch them. They're a lot of fun. You can fight them. They're just obviously on light tackle. They're very difficult to lift. So that's sometimes just the issue. But often you just have to go pull off onto a bank, and you can actually pull them up onto the sand. You can land them. What else we got on them? Yeah, that's about it. They're matured about 60 or 70 centimeters, and yeah, most common times during summer, you get those 3 days northeast, you find a point somewhere or a sandy beach, and you get some muddy water, it's pushed in, you are in for a game. Bait squid is sort of the prime bait for you targeting them, but obviously the little Falkland squids that we sell, or a red-eye head often gets the bigger fish actually. So I'd say red-eye head or red-eye cutlet bomb, and say about a 6-0 circle hook or so, thereabouts, and you're in the money. All nylon trace, they don't have teeth, so yeah. That's it, brown skate, my second favorite fish, and if you haven't caught one yet, come into the shop, we can sort you out here. Otherwise, yeah, just listen to what I've said previously, rewind, listen to it again, share it with someone, and yeah, that's about it, the brown skate. Cheers guys.